everybody, welcome back to the channel Just Turtles. We're really excited to share something with you today. It's actually footage that we captured a couple months ago. And we weren't sure at first that we wanted to share it because we feel like we've come a long way in the last couple months in terms of production value and our ability to film things and that sort of thing. So let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know what you think about this project. Let us know what you think about the footage that you see. Be sure to like and subscribe, share, help us grow the channel. We think we have something that's really fun and interesting for people to see. So to those of you that have been supporting the channel, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And thank you for being turtle heroes and making the world a better place for turtles and other reptiles.
Subscribe.
Oh! Okay. Mauremys annamensis, the Vietnamese pond turtle, is functionally extinct in the wild. It's one of the rarest turtles in the world, but nobody wants them in captivity. Like there have been some folks who have kept them over the years. The price did go up in 2015, 2016 for a little while, but generally they're like a turtle species that's bred that nobody wants to keep, but they're really cool. I think they look really cool. Normal Vietnamese pond turtles look really cool as is, but I have some that are really unique. So this is a normal looking Vietnamese pond turtle, okay? Pretty much normal size. It's a captive bred female. This animal was actually produced by the TSA and then came to me in, I think it was around 2000, well, I guess it would have been around 2015. So she's about 9 years old and she just produced young for the first time, which is really exciting, but I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. And here's why. The animals in this pond, with the exception of this female is just a normal Vietnamese pond turtle, but with the exception of this female, the animals in this pond are a very special genetic mutation or morph. So this is not what the animals normally look like, right? This is an older female. We call them speckle heads, even though they're more like spider heads. That's just what they were called before they came here. They're really, really cool turtles. They're basically like a clown or pastel mutation, but you can see that this is really unique, even down to the white nails that it has. I've had them for about 5 years. When I first got them, I bred them to, there's two females that look like this. I bred them to a normal male. I showed you what a normal female looks like. A normal male would be very similar. Let me see if I can get my hands on one. There is a normal looking male in here. There we go. Oh, excuse me, sir. Goodness. Okay, so this is a normal looking male, and you see the plastral colors are it's a little darker, but this is a normal annamensis. This is that clown annamensis with the yellow legs and yellow head. So anyway, I bred this animal, actually, specific animal, to one of these, and basically what came out was this one animal and two that looked like this. Can you see that? Pretty cool. Really, really cool. Now you can't see the head patterns, but I'm going to show on B-roll. I'll put some photos in. And you see these are males because I incubated for males. So in this pond right now, there are 3 young males. And these are small. They get much bigger than this, but for some reason, these males are getting the job done because all the eggs that came out of here this year are fertile. Literally every single one. So they're getting the job done. You can see they're definitely male. But with that first clutch in 2021, 2 of them look like this, which is not normal. And then the other one, this is their clutch mate. So I assume if it's some kind of genetic mutation that we might be like kind of used to, that this would be what's called a het, or it's heterozygous, meaning it carries the gene that will create this situation, this mutation, this visual mutation. Now, this also carries the gene, is the idea, if it's like normal recessive. But it looks like this might be dominant because the first time I bred them, remember, I put the female that looked like this with a normal male. So you tell me. I told you about this turtle in here. That is the only normal animal in here. I've got the 3 males that were all clutch mates, and then the 2 older females that are both visual morphs. The mutation is visible. They show it. They show the trait outwardly. The other male that's a clutch mate is in theory a heterozygous, a het for that trait. But then there's this turtle that I just threw in because the group was 3.2, and since there's so many males, I thought eventually maybe she'll lay eggs. And if this really is a non-recessive trait, meaning that if something that carries the trait and then a normal animal are bred together, the babies will have a chance to carry the trait themselves, but they won't actually show it. Two animals that carry the trait need to be put together to produce an animal that shows that trait. Okay, and I'm not an expert in morphs at all, right? I work with these animals because they're endangered, most of them, or they really fit my climate, or both. This species, as I mentioned, is a very rare species that I already kept before these really cool looking ones came into our care. So this one produced a clutch for the first time this year, and guess what? Her first egg hatched today, and you guessed it, that baby looks just like those cool genetic mutation, I guess they could be called genetic clowns or pastels, but that's a really, really big thing. The only non-recessive mutations in turtles, or morphs, in turtles that are known are both red-eared sliders. There's a paradox albino that's produced by Mark Cantos at the Turtle Source, and then there's a jade red-eared slider that's produced in China. So this is the first non-red-eared slider, non-recessive mutation morph that's out there, and it's a really, really cool thing that just happened here just today for the first time, and I'm so happy that you did it. Even if they look great, wouldn't it be amazing? She hates me so much. I love you. Goodbye. We're down here in the turtle basement, and I have something really, really exciting to show you to kind of round out this annamensis conversation that we've been having. So that awesome, normal Vietnamese pond turtle, which there's nothing normal about them, right? They're an endangered, a very, very endangered species, extinct in the wild, functionally extinct in the wild. That normal female produced offspring for the first time, eggs, and one of those eggs hatched today, and this is what came from that egg. So this is one of those clown pastel, we call them speckle heads, although I think they also in the past were called spider heads. They have a really cool aberrant pattern, and you can see in this hatching. Now this one pipped early, so it has a really large yolk sac. I ended up taking it out of the egg because when they're just sitting in the egg for a couple of days, I get a little bit nervous. I didn't really realize. I tried to peek, and I could see that there was still a yolk sac. I didn't realize how big it was still, so I did pull this little one out. I pulled her out. She's incubated for female, so I can call her her. And so there is still a big yolk sac there, but a beautiful animal. And it's doing well, so I have all the confidence in the world that in a couple of days that yolk sac will be gone and this turtle will be ready to rock and roll. But what an amazing, beautiful animal. Probably the coolest thing that you could see in these morph animals, and it's tough to see in the ones outside because they don't let you get a good look, is that they don't have a transverse bar. So Vietnamese pond turtles normally have a transverse bar across their eye like Kermit the Frog, but these morph ones don't. They have a circular iris in their eye, just like Vietnamese leaf turtles, spangler eye. So again, the morph just has really weird aberrant patterns that are not normal, and to see it in this little baby that came from the normal female is really, really exciting. So I'm happy to share it with you.
Hit subscribe, join the crew. Just turtles, there's always something new.